This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Wendy Redmond.
And I'm Austin Reed. It is Monday, January the 27th.
Firefighters from across our area returned home after spending the last few weeks helping fight the devastating wildfires in Southern California.
And those firefighters returned home. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen sat down with some of those who volunteered to help bring us what their experience was like.
Multiple firefighters from our area did not think twice when it comes to handing out assistance. It's in a first responder's blood, no matter when or where an emergency is.
Just helping out the community, whether it's my local community here or a community from a different state.
Matt Browning and Travis Wakefield are volunteer firefighters with Benton County Fire District 1. The two joined others from District 1 and volunteered to go to Southern California to battle wildfires in and around Los Angeles.
Our main assignment was structure protection, so we were day by day we were just placed kind of strategically in different communities around where the fire was moving to or where they were expecting it to move to, and just staged and be ready, if the fire were to progress, to protect the homes in that community.
The team from BCFD1 isn't the only group to head south. Chief Bob Clendaniel is one of those volunteers. He says not only did the firefighters need to be ready to put out the flames, they were responsible for trying to get people back to their homes.
Some of those winds were pretty heavy, 85, 90 miles an hour. And so there was a lot of debris in roadways and stuff. And so we even did some cleanup debris, trying to get some areas where people could come back home.
Several agencies across our region spent nearly 3 weeks down in California. They say the amount of support from the loved ones here and the Golden State was crucial to keeping them going.
We had neighborhoods and communities come together, and they bought us things, some food and some drinks. They even offered their own homes to us, come in, take a nap or take a shower if you need to.
It was that kind of offering that hit Wakefield and Brown the most.
Even on those people's worst days, they were still like the outcry of support and gratitude, and just the thoughtless thankfulness that everybody had down there was absolutely amazing.
Local crews returned home on Sunday from California, but the fires are still a problem in Southern California, and the firefighters just ask that you keep those affected in your thoughts. When asked if these first responders would go down to California and help again, without hesitation, in a heartbeat. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Dan, thank you for that. And meanwhile, U.S. Senator Ron Wyden said today that he joined the reintroduction of legislation that would expand access to federal support for the families of firefighters and other first responders who died or became permanently disabled from service-related cancers. The Honoring Our Fallen Heroes Act would also extend disability benefits in cases where these first responders become permanently and totally disabled due to cancer. Currently, firefighters are only eligible for support under the Public Safety Officer Benefits Program for physical injuries sustained in the line of duty or for deaths from duty-related heart attacks, strokes, mental health conditions such as post-traumatic stress disorder, and 9/11 related illnesses. All right, time now for a check on our weather. We have been pretty consistently dry and cold lately, but how long will that pattern continue?
I've been okay with that pattern. Well,
you have?
the dry part, I guess.
The dry part, yeah.
Not so much the cold. Here's Special Alert Stacy Lee with a look at our forecast. Hey there, Stacy.
And dry, cold pattern continues, and we'll see that once again tonight. Temperatures very chilly. We were down in the teens. We'll see that again. 30 degrees right now, looking down into the Yakima Valley on our Atana Ridge Skycam. Sunset tonight at 4:54. See, a couple more days. We'll be at 5 o'clock at the end of January. All right, let's take a look at temperatures elsewhere around around the region. It's chilly. We're already down below the freezing level in most of our area. Look at that. Just last hour, we were slightly above that. So those temperatures are dropping fast, and we'll continue to see the cold, dry air over the next couple of days. Here's our temps tonight. Once again, the entire region down in the teens, so very, very chilly. For tomorrow, out the door, ooh, it is cold at the bus stop. Bundle the kiddos up. You're going to need it. By lunchtime, still just barely above freezing in Tri-Cities. Everyone else below the freezing level, and not much warmer by the afternoon. So we've got clear cold conditions through Wednesday. We'll see a transition day on Thursday, and then those storms begin late Thursday into Friday all the way through Monday. We're going to have a couple of big storm systems move through. And also Puxatawny, we've got Groundhog Day on Sunday. Is he going to see his shadow? I'll get to those details coming up. Austin, Wendy.
Encounters with ICE agents caught on camera in Sunnyside.
Yes, leading to a press conference with city officials today at the Sunnyside Police Station that Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell says was packed with concerned community members.
City officials say with all of the rumors circulating about what's happening with ICE in the community, they decided to call this meeting to separate fact from fiction. The city says one fact, hate will not be tolerated in Sunnyside.
What part of illegal don't you understand?
You can't put a price on anything.
You can put a price on every human being.
Get out of here. Take them with you. Goodbye.
The city says ICE is now operating in the community. 2 encounters Sunday in Sunnyside with enforcement and removal operations officers caught on camera.
Just put your head somewhere where they can see it.
A Granger couple says they were taking their son to the Sunnyside McDonald's, saw they were being followed, but didn't know who it was until they were pulled over.
You know, what does ICE want with me or us? We're citizens of here, you know?
I had a feeling they were following us, and it turned out to be correct. And I just started crying. I was really scared.
What's your name, sir? Eric Molina.
It's okay, babe.
I don't think people really put into perspective of being followed and being corralled, not being able to move anywhere, and being with your family.
I appreciate you stopping over. We're looking for someone who matches his description. So,
Oh, me?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But you're not the right guy. So
Hey.
I appreciate your cooperation. You guys are good to go. Okay.
After the fact, I just thought, well, yeah, I fit the description of being of Latin ethnicity, which a lot of people in the lower valley fit. Quite easy to mistake.
Another couple taken into custody in the parking lot of Fiesta Foods in Sunnyside.
It's emotional for me because when I see that, I see my mom, I see a tia, I see a prima, right? I see all of us.
I can tell you I know this for a fact, and they have not been released. They continue to be detained.
The city exploring ways to support the community. One idea to create a website with resources. But the city says when it comes to immigration and customs enforcement, they have nothing to do with it and can't under state law.
The Sunnyside Police Department does not cooperate with Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
That lack of cooperation, does that constitute Sunnyside being a sanctuary city or a welcoming city?
The answer, no.
But at the same time, that does not mean that we are against our community members. I think as council members, we are all more loyal to our community than we are to anything else.
Sunnyside City officials say they'll be bringing together stakeholders to talk about what they can do moving forward to bring the community together. Reporting in Sunnyside, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, thank you so much, Emily. Yakima County Sheriff Bob Udell sent us a statement today on his stance on the matter. He said in part, quote, "In my 35 years with the Sheriff's Office, we have never enforced immigration laws and only have helped local ICE agents very infrequently to keep officers and subjects safe. Does this mean people who do not have a legal immigration status escape responsibility for committing crimes? Absolutely not."
The sheriff went on to say immigration status does not protect people from accountability for state crimes. State law has defined a very distinct line between local law enforcement for community safety and federal enforcement of immigration law, and our focus remains on local safety, end quote.
Governor Bob Ferguson signed his own executive order on immigration to protect the children immigrants. The executive order creates a family separation rapid response team under the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. The goal here is to support kids separated from their families due to the deportation of their parents or caregivers. That includes making sure those children have someone to care for them and can continue their education without interruption.
Above all else, what I want to communicate to the people of the state of Washington, who I know are feeling a lot of things right now, is we have a state of leaders at the local and state level who are very, very committed to defending your rights and upholding the values of all Washingtonians.
Well, the governor says he expects the team's first meeting to take place by Valentine's Day, if not sooner. In the Hermiston area, numerous incidents involving guns led officials to execute a high-risk warrant. With the help of multiple units, Hermiston Police and the Oregon State Police SWAT team went to a home off Bridge Road early this morning. They arrested 20-year-old Alfred Herarte. He is now charged with unlawful possession of cocaine, with more possible charges coming. We are told he was taken to the Umatilla County Jail. We'll keep you updated as we learn more.
Staying in Oregon, the Oregon Liquor and Cannabis Commission is using product recalls for rice cereal treat marijuana edibles sold under the name Elite XTRX Crispy that failed to disclose the presence of butter, which contains the major allergen, milk. The issue was first identified by the Oregon Department of Agriculture Food Safety Program during a routine inspection of a marijuana retailer. The edibles may have been sold by up to 19 different recreational marijuana retailers to consumers in the state from approximately May 2018 to January 2025. The OLCC is utilizing the state's cannabis tracking system to identify affected inventory and issue notices to retailers and other licensees to halt further distribution and sale. Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, is just getting started. Still ahead, tax season has begun. What you need to know this year coming up.
Plus,
they're probably 400 to 500 feet down the top. Yep, I got them. They're a little higher than they said. Yeah.
you can't miss this. Caught on camera, some skiers are lucky to be alive, and it's all thanks to an iPhone.
Wow, and as we leave you to break, a live picture from Pasco. Stacy's up next with your ever-changing First Alert weather forecast.
This is my perfect day in Walla Walla.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
The Harlem Globetrotters 2025 World Tour is here. We're coming to Toyota Center on February 1st. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for tickets to the 2025 World Tour, presented by Jersey Mike Subs.
Did you know using the Grocery Outlet app gives you the opportunity to win groceries for life? Imagine never paying for groceries again.
But what if I can't decide? Avocados or tomatoes?
Why choose? At Grocery Outlet, you can afford both. And not just the basics. With Grocery Outlet, you'll find all your favorite brands included, including gluten-free pasta and my favorite cookies. Everything's included.
So burgers and steaks for life?
You've got to win first.
Still worth it.
Now that's bargain bliss.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
ice more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wad.gov/eligibility.
Attention viewers. Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Saturday, February 1st at 5:30 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time on Sunday, February 9th at 9 a.m.
This is my perfect day in Walla Walla.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
All right, if you're not by your screen, get to it. This is amazing video. 3 backcountry skiers were rescued last week near Stevens Pass in Washington State after authorities in the area recovered an SOS alert from an iPhone, even though the skiers were out of cell phone range with no service.
They're probably 400 to 500 feet down the top. Yep, I got them. They're a little higher than they said. Yeah.
The skiers' rescue was caught on camera in a heart-pounding operation last Wednesday. King County Sheriff Air Support released footage of the dramatic rescue you're seeing here as the air support unit hoisted the skiers. 2 of those skiers had fallen roughly 500 feet. One had a broken leg, another twisted knee and broken wrist. The 3rd skier wasn't hurt. All 3 of them were rescued and brought to safety. Authorities say they were treated at a hospital in Seattle. Wow.
Yeah, amazing. It is now officially tax time. The Internal Revenue Service opened the 2025 tax filing season today. It's accepting and processing federal individual tax year 2024 returns. During today's early morning opening, IRS systems have already received millions of tax returns across the nation. The IRS expects more than 140 million individual tax returns for tax year 2024 to be filed ahead of the Tuesday, April 15 federal deadline. More than half of all tax returns are expected to be filled this year with the help of a tax professional. The IRS urges you to use a trusted tax pro to avoid potential scams and schemes. Also, taxpayers living in a federally declared disaster area may have extra time to file and pay federal taxes.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And if you thought it was really cold this morning, you were right. Check out these temperatures from around our area. We were in the teens, a little bit warmer, Walla Walla, not the 20s warm, but very, very cold. We're going to see that once again tonight. So ice scraper, I saw lots of frosty wind chills this morning. Right now, 30 degrees. Legends Casino Skycam. Our feels like temp is 30. Winds are down to zip. Dew point 21 degrees and our sunset at 4:54. So by the end of the month, like I said, we'll start seeing those sunsets right around 5. Temperatures around the region, most of us now have fallen down below that freezing level already tonight, and the temperatures will continue to drop as the night progresses. So very, very cold. We've been tracking the cold for days, the coldest air over southern Canada and the Midwest of the U.S., but we still continue to see that cold air filtering all through the Pacific Northwest, and we'll continue to see that trend going towards the weekend. The first chance of a warm up, well, that'll be coming later on. But first, let's talk about air quality. We have air stagnation advisory that was in place all weekend. Air quality not too bad, but if you see that little bit of haze hanging out, that's because of air pollution sticking to the ground with these cold temperatures in our region. And we'll continue to see that all the way through 4 a.m. on Friday. So sensitive groups out there need to pay attention to air quality. In our area, though, we're looking good tonight. Still seeing some moderate air quality in La Grande and Elgin this evening, a little bit on the west side. Weather pattern, we've got that closed low that brought in those much needed rain showers, but also mudslides to the Southern California area. Pretty quiet on our front other than the cold air. Then this system will start moving towards the Rockies. We're going to start seeing some pretty good snow in Denver and some of the mountain resorts around the area. When will we start to see moisture? Well, Thursday, slight chance, most of it coming beginning on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, with a couple of storms back to back. The bigger of the two looks to be Friday night into Saturday and then Sunday into Monday. And when I say Sunday into Monday, that's when we're talking about possibly seeing some lower elevation snow. Here's what it looks like so far. Snoqualmie, it could see a whopping 10 inches of snow Friday to Saturday, which could cause some travel problems if you're heading across the pass this weekend. Through the lower elevations, maybe a couple of flakes or less. We're expecting a little bit more chances of snow as we get into Monday, but you'll see some snow also impacting the Blue Mountains, Cabbage Hill, I-84. Temperatures tonight, like I said, very chilly. Again, we're down in the teens. Look at Ellensburg, 12 degrees for the low tonight. Very, very cold temperatures. 7-day forecast, again, very chilly at night. We'll see the temperatures gradually rise as we get into the first part of February, but then the wet weather comes. We were kind of in a drought. It sounds weird to say that for January, but we absolutely were. Here comes that moisture and the winter weather that we've been waiting for all season long. In Ellensburg, that's where we could see some rain mixed with snow or even snowflakes. You see it on the screen there, Saturday and Sunday, which, by the way, Groundhog Day. So if Puxatawny was in Ellensburg, he probably would be saying 6 more weeks of winter, and it's quite possible we'll see that across the United States. Walla Walla staying in the 40s, and again, we'll cool back down into Monday, but chance of mostly rain along the foothills of the Blues there. And in Hermiston, some chilly days, warming up though, close to 49 degrees on Saturday. That'll be February 1st with that wet weather coming. So yeah, kind of that January drought. Sounds weird, but we did have that.
We did.
Now we're ready. February's here. Winter's on, people.
Are we ready though?
I did buy a sled this weekend.
Okay, he's
for the
ready.
Kids.
You're ready.
I forgot about that. I did that on Saturday.
Okay, good for you.
Look at you.
I'm
Very good.
I'm trying.
You got to embrace winter, I guess.
There you go. Embrace it. It's not over.
Thank you, Stacey. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6.
New research about heart health performed in space. That story when we return.
Wait, this gorgeous piece of sofa is on sale too.
Yeah, during the epic sell-off at Furniture Row, everything is on sale. Or score 60 months, no interest financing. Epic sell-off, woo! But hurry, the epic sell-off at Furniture Row ends soon.
To me, Harlem is home. But home is also your body.
Last one, everyone.
I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3. When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Get ready for your chance to win big at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. It's time for the Big Money Wheel, where you can spin for your chance to win big cash. Drawings start every Friday and Saturday at 6 p.m. But that's not all. The excitement builds for the Super Spin at 9 p.m., where $30,000 cash is added to the Big Money Wheel. Want even more chances to win? Multiply your entries every Thursday for your shot at becoming one of 4 lucky winners who can spin to win up to $30,000 cash on February 22nd. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Celebrate 3 decades of fun.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we offer our medical weight loss program. Diabetes, and more broadly, insulin resistance, is a highly inflammatory state that increases our risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases.
Basically, it's the lack of awareness about what's creating that weight. There's lots of psychological aspects to that, so that where you come to is to a more centered place of feeling good and connected and positive about yourself, self-confidence.
You have access to over 100 weekly group fitness classes, top-notch fitness facilities, cutting-edge scientific therapies integrated into your program, and dedicated coaches rooting for your success. We also offer options for pharmaceutical assistance. We create patient-specific game plans centered around the 7 essential elements, which are sleep, nutrition, atmosphere, breathing, movement, thought, and purpose.
So rather than just focus, it's not dieting, and it's not focused on dieting, and that's not what we do here at Pacific Clinic. It's mind, body, physical, emotional, mental, and the combination of all of those things. And I think that makes us tremendously different than any of the other programs out there.
To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
It's the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress, and that means everything is on sale. Check out the Colorado Twin for only $149.99. And check out the Buena Vista Firm, now only $474.99. Or score 60 months no interest and free shipping. Hurry, the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress ends soon.
In your health news tonight, it's the #1 killer of Americans. One person dies every 33 seconds from cardiovascular disease.
But new research performed in space is aimed at repairing damaged hearts in the future. Mandy Gaither talks to the lead researcher about how the International Space Station was used to gain knowledge that one day may help patients right here on Earth.
What do heart muscle cells, NASA's SpaceX Crew 8 mission, and the International Space Station have in common? They're all part of a new out-of-this-world research that launched in March. Like, literally.
The astronauts were amazing. They conducted many experiments, procedures on the ISS.
Chun-Wei Shi and her team at Emory University School of Medicine sent these heart muscle cells to space to see if microgravity would help them better survive. Right now, she says a damaged heart muscle can't regrow itself, but there's hope that transplanting new cells can one day help repair that damage. However, many new cells die after being transplanted into a patient.
So if you can find ways to improve cell survival, then those methods will be helpful for the cell transplantation applications.
After about a week in space, she got the cells back and says the ones that survived went through molecular changes which allowed them to live. She says those changes were likely due to the stress of space travel, and if that could be replicated, it could help future cells withstand heart repairs.
If we can turn off those molecules on Earth, we might be able to help the cells survive and overcome other stressful situations.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, the region's only live and local news is up next at 6:30. We will bring you stories you have yet to see.
Yes, so stay tuned. And Stacy is also tracking your First Alert forecast when we come back.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05. Apple Valley News Now.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here. From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $500 off your tub or shower remodel.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Kennewick. One weekend only. Benton County Fairgrounds. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age. Featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground. And a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. This weekend only. Benton County Fairgrounds. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
A new year and a new adventure with the perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters and every path leads to new possibilities. Get $4,000 total value on this 2025 Silverado. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $1,000 cash allowance. See your community Chevy dealers.
Bad back? Get Good Feet with a personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store. Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet, good life. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
I'm Drew Henry, tea maker and founder of Revival Tea Company, and we're right here at Yolks Fresh Market. We started in 2018 in Spokane. We are super proud of getting our peppermint from Washington State, our honey from bees in Spokane. We've collaborated with Dry Fly and turned into canned cocktails. We definitely would not be where we're at today without the support from some amazing local partners like Yolks. Oh yeah, the more and more we can work together, that's been a really fun thing as we continue to grow.
Check out Revival Tea at Yolks Fresh Market.
At Jewelry Design Center, we want to be your jeweler for life.
We are locally owned and the largest jewelry store in the region, offering you a showroom filled with world-famous brands and designers. We are a team of artists, craftsmen, and professionals who create exclusive designs and one-of-a-kind pieces. Take time to think it over, but we are not your average jewelry store. From our hands to your heart, we are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, it's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom Ultimate Collection giveaway, where one winner gets this awesome love collection. Enter each day on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. Thank you to these love-minded sponsors.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything. From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Jade Elliott grew up in Richland, is a former Miss Tri-Cities, graduated from Washington State and reported news in Eastern Washington, most recently anchoring mornings at Apple Valley News Now.
Officials have also closed down the van.
Now, after anchoring in Salt Lake City and Seattle, she's back home to raise her family and wake up with you each morning. Jade Elliott, Jessica Jalal, and Josh Colbreth. Good Morning Northwest.
It's great to be back.
From Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Always on your side.
Right now on the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m.
The Fort Walla Walla Museum is celebrating local railroad life. Riley Fitzgerald has the story.
Plus,
a proposed law could require bars, hotels, and other places that serve alcohol to sell drug tests for spiked drinks. I'm Albert James at the state capitol in Olympia. Hear how high school students champion the bill to keep people safe. Coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Here we go on this Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Austin Reed alongside Wendy Redmond. How was your weekend?
It was okay.
It was okay? All right. I appreciate the honesty. I know,
stuff's going around.
Sure, yeah.
It's that time of year, right?
It
so
is.
How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I actually took the kids bowling. I haven't done that in a long time. So.
No, it's a nice indoor activity to get out of the cold, right?
Yes, yes. And obviously, we are getting close to February, and Stacey has been talking about this change.
Yes, change is in the air, we hear, Stacey.
We're almost to the new month, and we kind of had a January drought. We had a huge ridge of high pressure, the highest ridge of high pressure measured in 10 years, and that's going to start breaking down. But right now, it's cold. We continue to see that ridge of high pressure, 30 degrees, Biomart Skycam Yakima. Beautiful night down in the valley, by the way. Sunset at 4:54. We're going to see the sunset now around 5 o'clock by the end of the month. Temperatures already sinking down below the freezing level all through the region this evening. And guess what? It's going to get even colder than that. In fact, we're going to see temperatures dropping into the teens all through the region tonight, kind of like this morning. So get out the ice scraper at the bus stop, bundle up. You're going to need to in the morning. Temperatures not even that warm by the time lunch comes around, and just slightly above freezing in the afternoon. So the bottom line weather-wise, cold weather continues with bitterly cold overnight lows. We're going to be dry for the next few days until those storm systems start to move in late Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then, yes, we're going to see some mountain snow showers. We could even see some lower elevation snow beginning this weekend. So we'll get to all the details coming up. Austin, Wendy.
All right, Stacey, see you then. 2025 marks the 150th anniversary of the completion of the Walla Walla and Columbia River Railroad. The Fort Walla Walla Museum is celebrating by sharing the story of one significant feature outside of its building, which ran on that very railway.
Yes, Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald says the museum is working on giving the Blue Mountain locomotive an upgrade.
In 1875, construction wrapped on the Walla Walla and Columbia River Railroad.
It was the first point-to-point railroad established in Washington, running from Wallula, where goods would be taken in and out, to Walla Walla.
150 years later, there is one surviving locomotive used on that railroad, the Blue Mountain. She's also the oldest existing locomotive used in Washington state. The Blue Mountain took her last run in 1910.
The Blue Mountain ran as the number 4 engine on the Walla Walla and Columbia River Railroad. And after it ceased to operate in Walla Walla and in Washington, it moved around to a couple different ports, including running in Nome, Alaska during the end of the gold rush.
In Alaska, the Blue Mountain was stripped of her beauty and dumped into the ocean as part of a seawall. She was submerged in the 1940s until she was recovered and returned back to Washington in pieces. The Blue Mountain was brought to Seattle by ship and then to Pasco by truck. Finally, she's resting at the Fort Walla Walla Museum, undergoing plenty of R&R, rest and restoration by volunteers and museum staff. Right now, the Blue Mountain locomotive is under a tarp to protect it from the colder weather of the winter months. But the Fort Walla Walla Museum is working on a project that should change that. Cascadia Schneider with the Fort Walla Walla Museum says to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the railroad, the Baker Boyer family, descendants of Dorsey Baker who brought the railway to Walla Walla back in the day, have been raising funds to create a permanent exhibit for the Blue Mountain so she can be viewed year-round.
Putting up a roof and putting up better signage and creating a platform so people can walk beside the locomotive is one of the most important parts of this project and really what we want to see happen in these upcoming years.
Today, the locomotive stands alone in the front of the Fort Walla Walla Museum.
Yeah, she's well taken care of here, and I hope she doesn't feel too lonely.
Well cared for and ready for visitors when the weather gets better. In Walla Walla, Riley Fitzgerald, Apple Valley News Now.
How about that? Fort Walla Walla Museum asked a Seattle-based train expert, James Temple, to share about the sole survivor of this once dearly important railroad. You can read about the history of the Blue Mountain locomotive at applevalleynewsnow.com.
New tonight, authorities are looking for any sign of a stolen sign. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office and the Bureau of Land Management are on the hunt for a missing sign. It is the Juniper Dunes Wilderness Area sign out in northern Franklin County. It was near the Wilderness Area gate on the eastern boundary of the OHV area, but it is no longer there. Juniper Dunes is Bureau of Land Management owned land just a few miles north of Pasco.
The area itself is split into two sections, basically. One in which it's acceptable to ride your off-road vehicles, and then the Juniper Dunes Wilderness itself, which is marked and fenced off, and no outside vehicles are allowed through that area.
The sign was on the wilderness side of the property. On the screen, there is an email and phone number for BLM law enforcement if you know anything. The sheriff's office says theft and vandalism of government property is a serious crime and can be costly too.
Time to check your refrigerator. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has recalled nearly 20,000 cases of Horizon Organic plain whole milk. The product has the potential to spoil during its shelf life. The milk has a variety of best before and buy dates starting on March 3rd through the 7th. Cases were sold in Arizona, California, and Nevada. You're advised to throw the milk away or return it to the store for a refund.
Turning now to the Washington legislature, lawmakers in Olympia are considering requiring nightclubs, hotels, and other places that serve alcohol to sell testing kits for spiked drinks.
Albert James spoke with a group of high school students helping lead the charge and shows us why some businesses are trying to hit the brakes.
People should feel safe when they go out to bars and nightclubs. And we know that drink spiking is becoming a very real and serious problem.
Senate Bill 5330 would require bars, theaters, and other places that serve alcohol to sell drug testing kits for spiked drinks. They'd have to charge a market rate price for the strips, stickers, or other testing devices and put up signs saying they're available.
This is about just the alarming number in the rise of drug-facilitated rape that we're seeing. And I think as a state, we have to say that that culture needs to stop.
Dinger says a group of Lake Washington high school students pitched the bill to her. The group says they helped make the bill as part of their AP government class. They looked to similar legislation that became law in California, though it only covered bars and nightclubs. While they aren't of legal age to be drinking, the students say sexual assault can happen to anyone and have a lasting impact.
We really need to think about the survivors, victims, or soon-to-be victims, and we just really need to do something to be proactive and preventive. And a big part of this bill is not only to give some patrons control and protection, but build awareness.
An industry group representing restaurants and hotels supports bars being required to sell TAS, but expressed concerns about the requirement extending to other businesses and the additional cost for them to stock a product they've never sold before and track expiration dates.
Businesses that cater to family and children should retain the option to offer these products and post signage about sexual assault. We look forward to continuing the conversation and aligning the bill with the California approach, but this bill needs many more conversations.
Dinger says she's looking forward to conversations with businesses to iron out concerns on signage and where the requirements apply, but where there's a bar, there should be a way to test a drink.
This is really not meant to be onerous, but really meant to be a partnership to make sure all the patrons are safe.
The Lake Washington high schoolers are hopeful to see their bill make it into law. The legislation is scheduled for a committee vote on Friday. At the state capitol in Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Albert, thank you for that. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30. You know, today is Holocaust Remembrance Day. Coming up, we're going to hear from survivors.
Plus, Stacy is up next with your full First Alert weather forecast.
Before we head to break, it is the all-new Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app for your phone and tablet.
Customizable forecasts, save your favorite cities, see sky cams, get school closures, road conditions, plus set up push alerts. Download it today. It's free in the App Store. Just search Apple Valley News Now weather.
Schweitzer Resort on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Start 2025 off right with a custom building from Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds. Cozy up to 10% off custom buildings. Need something right away? Get 20% off all in-stock inventory. It's the perfect time to create the space you've always wanted, with free, fast delivery and quality that'll stand up to the chilliest winter days. Whether it's for storage, hobbies, or just making room for your New Year goals, visit Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds and Sunnyside Shed Company today.
New year, new glow. Start 2025 with radiant, tighter skin. This January, enjoy 25% off on our most loved treatments, Photo Fabulous and Smooth Glow. Photo Fabulous revitalizes your skin with the ultimate IPL and skin resurfacing combo for a smoother, brighter complexion. Smooth Glow not only rejuvenates your skin and reduces fine lines, but it also tightens and lifts for a youthful, glowing look. Hurry! This exclusive offer is only valid through January 31st. Book your session now and make 2025 the year of glowing, confident skin.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See deal for details.
Get ready for your chance to win big at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. It's time for the Big Money Wheel, where you can spin for your chance to win big cash. Drawings start every Friday and Saturday at 6 p.m. But that's not all. The excitement builds for the Super Spin at 9 p.m., where $30,000 cash is added to the Big Money Wheel. Want even more chances to win? Multiply your entries every Thursday for your shot at becoming one of 4 lucky winners who can spin to win up to $30,000 cash on February 22nd. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Celebrate 3 decades of fun.
SDCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, click on Volunteers Count under the contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com.
At McCurley Subaru, your way home starts with the adventure-ready 2025 Subaru Forester with all-new styling from the ground up. Built for life in the Tri-Cities and wherever the road takes you, the Forester is perfect for everything, from quick trips to the farmer's market to weekend escapes into the mountains. Its all-wheel drive and generous ground clearance tackle every twist and turn, while the spacious interior has room for family, friends, and all your gear. Save on a new Subaru Forester today from McCurley Subaru.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we'll take a live look outside. Dust Devil Sky Cam in Pasco, 30 degrees. It's chilly tonight, and those temperatures will continue to drop. We saw overnight lows, or early morning lows, I should say, in the teens, and we're headed back there tonight. Our sunset at 4:54. By the end of the week, we'll start seeing those sunsets at 5 p.m. So more daylight is headed our way. Temperatures are chilly right now all through the area. Everybody on the screen are below the freezing level, except for the Dells, but everybody else already that cold. So we'll continue to see those temperatures drop. And we've been tracking this cold for several days. Hasn't changed. At least we're not as cold as they are across the Great Lakes and up there in southern Canada. But we still continue to see that Arctic air sliding down into our region. And that is going to be the trend for the next several days. So be ready for that. Let's talk about air quality. We've got an alert in place for air stagnation. That's all through the Columbia Basin, Yakima, Kittitas Valley, up to the north, Wenatchee, Chelan, and even towards the Spokane area. With the setup that we have, that high pressure hanging tight, that means that air pollution can settle into the lower elevations. Weather pattern for the next couple of days across our region looking pretty mild for us. We did see that closed low right over Southern California, brought some rain, much needed rain. It now moves to the east, and in fact, it's heading towards the Denver area. We're going to see some nice snow in the Rocky Mountains, but we're going to stay dry. Well, for a little bit. We're going to start to see increasing chances of showers on Thursday. Check out the graph. We're going to get wet starting Friday. Is it going to be in the form of rain? Is it going to be in the form of snow? Is it going to be a mix? Could be all of the above. That's what we're looking at for the next several days. Here's what we're predicting for early snowfall forecast. Take a look at that number across Snoqualmie Pass, and this number is at pass level, so I-90 could be difficult to impossible to travel across this weekend, and this is just the beginning. The bigger system moves in Sunday into Monday, so we do have a chance of some light snow in the lower elevations. We'll also see snow here in the Blue Mountains, Cabbage Hill toll gate. Again, early amounts, and this could decrease or increase as the evening or as the week progresses. Here's what we're talking about temperature wise tonight. Once again, everybody down into the teens, so very, very chilly. Going to need the ice scraper, going to need the warm clothes for your morning. Here's what it looks like for the next 7 days. Again, mostly clear skies, high pressure, and possible air stagnation. Chilly overnight lows in the teens and low 20s. We're going to see a warm up as we get towards the weekend, February 1st on Saturday. That's where the rain and the moisture starts moving in. Now, some of us could be seeing rain mixed with snow. My little icon is showing that on Monday in the Tri-Cities. Yakima, also similar situation. However, we could see that rain mixed with snow on Saturday and Sunday, Groundhog Day. It'd be interesting to see if the old rodent sees his shadow or not. On Monday, we're looking at some snow showers, about a 40% chance of that in Yakima. Again, these predictions are a little ways out, but it's looking more promising as the week goes along, where we could see snow both Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in the Ellensburg area. Here's what Walla Walla looks like. Pretty active weather there. Rain mix possible on Sunday and Monday. And in Hermiston, we'll see the sunny skies, warmer temps, but rain showers and possible mix here on Monday. So lots of active weather headed our way. Enjoy the sunshine, albeit cold, for the next couple of days. Lots more to come as we continue with our news at 6:30. Stay right here.
The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's a desk inside the cab, a tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power on board to plug in what you need. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Kick off the new year with a great deal from Overturf Kia. Check out the sporty, fuel-efficient, and fun-to-drive Kia K4. A new 2025 Kia K4 LXS starts at just $23,459. Plus, get 3.99% interest for 60 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge on Columbia Drive in Kennewick.
I've always had an eye for opportunity. As a kid, I was hustling, selling candy, mowing lawns, you name it. That drive never left me. The first time I tasted crumble, it was clear to me this was more than just a cookie. From that moment, I knew this was a chance to bring the taste of something new to our neighborhood. But I couldn't do it alone. That's where Happel came in. With their support, I was able to secure the loan that brought Crumble to our community. Where do you credit union?
Prosser Memorial Health is moving. At 8 a.m. Saturday, February 1st, 2025, we're opening the doors to our brand new hospital at 200 Prosser Health Drive. After 78 years of serving this incredible community, we're excited to bring you a state-of-the-art hospital designed with you in mind. From advanced care to welcoming spaces, this is how we grow together. The new Prosser Memorial Health Hospital, opening 8 a.m. February 1st at 200 Prosser Health Drive. Learn more at prosserhealth.org.
Valentine's Day at the Country Mercantile is where passion meets perfection in every handcrafted delight. Our master chocolatiers create gourmet chocolates, chocolate-dipped strawberries, and delicious works of art, each piece a testament to timeless elegance. From balloons, local ciders, and fresh flowers to carefully curated gift baskets, every gift is a masterpiece designed to speak the language of love. Make this Valentine's Day extraordinary. Explore our collection in store or online at countrymercantile.com.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's a desk inside the cab, a tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power on board to plug in what you need. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
Welcome back to Apple Valley News Now live at 6:30. Around the world, a solemn ceremony is taking place in Auschwitz, Poland today.
Delegations from around the world will join with citizens to mark the 80th anniversary of the liberation of the Nazi concentration camp. Soldiers liberated about 7,000 prisoners still held at the camp, but the Nazis murdered more than 1 million people in Auschwitz.
Most of the victims were Jews, but Polish, Russian, and citizens from other countries died there as well. The Trump administration is sending a delegation to today's ceremony to mark the anniversary.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but Stacy will have a final look at weather.
And our weather photo. Don't miss it.
Stay tuned.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Kennewick. One weekend only, Benton County Fairgrounds. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age, featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground and a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. This weekend only, Benton County Fairgrounds. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download our app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go. U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow, still have 5G here too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my Rec Room. Yep, it's working.
Try out our nationwide 5G coverage free for 30 days. Download the U.S. Cellular Try Us app today.
2024 was one for the books at Pingree Ford here in Selah. From helping you find your dream ride to supporting our amazing community, it's been a year we'll always remember. As we step into 2025, we're excited to bring you the latest and greatest in Ford's lineup. Find your perfect vehicle at the right price and take on whatever adventure you've got planned for 2025 and beyond. Come celebrate the new year with us at Pingree Ford, where small town business meets big time selection. Visit us in Selah or check out our inventory online today.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Discover cutting-edge wellness at Augment Wellness today. From cold plunges, infrared saunas, compression therapy, hyperbaric chamber, and our state-of-the-art red light booth. And join us for our grand opening celebration, February 14th in Kennewick.
My name is Chris Leaf. I'm a dot worker, and I do stuff on the dot area. Originally, I started in Richland in March 2012. I went from Richland to Talent. I just applied on their application. As soon as I got my interview, they hired me right on the spot. I did my training at the store. There was no bills or nothing like that. Now, when you tell me busy, you tell me not busy. It kind of varies from time to time. I just love the people here. Everybody enjoying my sense of humor. Just like working here.
Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
If your group or organization would like to receive job postings, contact our Human Resources Department, 509-735-8369 to request notices.
Apple Valley News Now open positions can be viewed on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05, Apple Valley News Now.
Well, before we talk weather, a century-old gold railroad spike brought in more than $200,000 at a recent auction.
Some spike, right? The 5.5-inch spike is made of 14-karat gold. You see it there on your screen. It was presented to U.S. Army Colonel Frederick Mears to honor him for his role in the building of the Alaska Railroad. It was then used in a ceremony in 1923 to mark the completion of the railroad, which took nearly a decade to build.
President Warren G. Harding ceremonially drove the spike into place and had been in the hands of multiple private owners. Now it's coming home to Alaska. The Anchorage Museum and City of Nanina teamed up for the winning bid with the help of private donors. The city and museum will take turns displaying the golden piece of state history.
Okay, cool.
That was like the gold rush, and wasn't there a gold rush in Alaska? Wasn't just California.
Yeah, no.
I have to remember my state history.
I just think
You're
of
asking
California,
the Canadian,
but
yeah. No.
I'm asking
the Canadian.
you know. All right, let's take a look at our weather photo of the day. I was making fun of it because I think it's an escaped chicken from the bird flu
Poultry
quarantine.
farms, yeah.
Anyway, he was spotted down at Columbia Park thanks to our friend Rafael Soretto. He gets lots of good wildlife, and I don't know where that chicken came from, but he's looking like he's having a great day in the sunshine. All right, to get your weather photo on TV, it's the QR code on the right side of your screen, or you can go to applevalleynewsnow.com, click on the weather tab, and you'll see submit a photo. Also, while you're online, why not download the new Apple Valley News Now weather app? How is it different than our news app? It's strictly weather, which you can customize it just the way you want for all your favorite cities, any weather that comes to you. And again, that's available in all the app stores. All right, let's take a look at the bottom line. Cold weather continues, bitterly cold overnight lows, especially again tonight. Our dry, cold weather continues through, we'll say Thursday. And Thursday night, things start to shift, and we've got several storms beginning Friday, which is going to take us right through the weekend. And we're talking heavy mountain snow, possible lower elevation snow, and a big shift in our weather. The good news there with those systems coming in, guys, we'll get out of these temperatures like we've been seeing for the last couple of days. We're going to start seeing daytime highs in the 40s with overnight lows much warmer than we have been seeing. Here's a quick sneak peek at your 7-day forecast. Look at the difference of the overnight lows in the next few days. But again, get ready for February 1st on Saturday, and Groundhog Day is Sunday, guys. Will Phil see his shadow? If he was looking around here, I'm going to say that he wouldn't see a shadow, and he'd say 6 more weeks of winter, but we'll see.
I think so. He would say winter probably hasn't quite started around here yet. We're just getting warmed up.
Well, that's if groundhogs could talk, right?
All right, thank you for joining us and watching the news at 6.
Hoping your news is good news.